Continuing from the previous episode 457. Chapter 1386. Cancer. A gentleness surfaced on Kai Lin's cold face when she saw the excitement appear in Xiao Yan's eyes as he looked at Xiao Xiao. She valued Xiao Xiao, who was even more important than her own life. Xiao Yan truly treating Xiao Xiao well was the most important thing in her heart. Xiao Xiao's current condition is already very good. She was born with a good constitution because of the Heaven's Soul Blood Bone pill that you had sent back. Kai Lin smiled as she explained. She involuntarily glanced at Xiao Yan again when she mentioned the pill. She had made up her mind back then. If Xiao Yan dared to forget about the medicinal pill that they had agreed or missed the date he had promised to deliver, she would have no longer contacted him in the future. Her character was stubborn, and she would never regret anything she decided on. If Xiao Yan broke his promise, she would definitely not hesitate to act. At the very most, she would lead the Snake People tribe on a journey away. Fortunately, Xiao Yan had remembered the medicine and the delivery time in his heart. He had even asked Xiao Li to deliver the medicinal pill when he had left the Black Corner region. The Heaven's Soul Blood Bone pill might be good, but it is still not enough. Xiao Yan shook his head. With his current eyesight, he no longer thought highly of the Heaven's Soul Blood Bone pill. This medicinal pill might still be alright when it came to building a foundation, but it was far from reaching the cornerstone he wanted to set down. Your Snake People tribe has likely never met a true alchemist grandmaster. Hence, you only possess that 3 grades of secret technique. The Heaven's Soul Blood Bone pill is at the very most a Tier 7 low-grade medicinal pill. It can build one's foundation, but it is far from perfection. Xiao Yan's eyes wandered the busy scene on the wall as he laughed. The Heaven's Soul Blood Bone pill might be good, but there are many that are even better. An example would be the mysterious Bodhisattva Foundation Building Pill. It is a peak Tier 7 medicinal pill and is extremely suitable for Xiao Xiao. However, even I only have a 40% chance of successfully refining such a medicinal pill. I'm afraid that Alliance Chief will have to personally do the refinement. A person faintly made a comment by the side. Xiao Yan's eyes followed the voice and involuntarily grinned. He cupped his hands to that person as he laughed. Grandmaster Ji Yu He, how are you? The person who had just spoken was naturally the Pill King of the Jia Ma Empire and the current head of the Yan Alliance Medicinal Hall. At this moment, a couple of elders in alchemist robes were standing behind him. Xiao Yan didn't find them familiar. They probably joined the Yan Alliance after he left, but Xiao Yan's brows were slightly lifted when he studied the gazes of these people. Although their eyes contained a respect when they looked at him, an unknown expression was more prevalent. Alliance Chief, you have disappeared for a couple of years in one go. How free and easy. Ji Yu He cupped his hands toward Xiao Yan and faintly laughed. He felt a complicated emotion in his heart for Xiao Yan. Xiao Yan had stopped his marriage with the Misty Cloud sect back then and had caused him to lose face. Fortunately, he was able to put it behind him, which had prevented him from forming a grudge. Since he hadn't formed a grudge, he agreed to join the Yan Alliance after losing to Xiao Yan in a medicinal pill competition. Although Ji Yu He had joined the Yan Alliance, that failure had caused Ji Yu He to bear a grudge. He had spent these years bitterly training his medicinal refinement skills. He had already reached the level of a high-grade Tier 7 alchemist. There was hardly anyone in the Northwest who could surpass him. With the increase in his strength, he would naturally think about competing again. However, Xiao Yan had disappeared for many years, and Ji Yu He had no means of locating him. Now that Xiao Yan had returned, Ji Yu He could not resist expressing the thoughts in his heart. Of course, he did not have any ill intent. It was just that he, who had always been proud of his talent, was unwilling to admit that he had been defeated by the hands of a person much younger than him. Grandmaster Ji Yu He can be considered one of the top few alchemist grandmasters in the northwestern part of the continent. The Pill Hall has become quite strong under his management and development. Therefore, the Pill Hall has been credited for the swift development of the Yan Alliance. Those few behind him are the elders of the Pill Hall. They are all Tier 6 alchemists and are the top pillars of the Pill Hall. Kai Lin by the side introduced. Her pretty eyes vaguely flickered while she spoke. Xiao Yan narrowed his eyes. He was just about to speak when Kai Lin's faint voice suddenly appeared beside his ear. The Pill Hall is far too important to the Yan Alliance. Moreover, the Yan Alliance's swift development during these years can be completely attributed to the Pill Hall. Therefore, some of the upper echelons of the Pill Hall have become arrogant. There are even some who think that the Yan Alliance would not exist without the Pill Hall. The Pill Hall has slowly become independent. I am not an alchemist, therefore, my prestige is less than Jiu He's prestige in the hearts of these people from the Pill Hall. Xiao Yan gently interlaced his fingers and faintly smiled. Too much authority, too important, could not be managed by authority. The appearance of such a situation was not really surprising. An alchemist was superior in the hearts of ordinary people to begin with. Adding the importance of the Pill Hall to the Yan Alliance, the alchemists would ultimately feel superior to the other departments. Even the leaders at the top were not treated as respectfully in their hearts compared to others. The top management of the Yan Alliance like Kai Lin, Xiao Ding, Xiao Li, etc. were not alchemists. Naturally, they were unable to get these alchemists to submit to them. Although he was upright, he did not possess the ability to manage his subordinates, which ultimately bred arrogance in the Pill Hall. It looks like the interior of the Yan Alliance is not as united as I had imagined. Such an arrogance cannot be allowed to grow. Otherwise, it will definitely become a cancer to the Yan Alliance in the future. Xiao Yan glanced at He and the few Pill Hall elders behind him. He immediately laughed and said, "The mysterious Bodhisattva Foundation building pill is still acceptable, but it is not the best choice. I wonder if Grandmaster He has heard of a medicinal pill known as First Start Pill." The words, First Start Pill, had just landed in their ears when He and the few elders of the Pill Hall revealed a different expression. They exclaimed, "The Tier 8 First Start Pill? Alliance Chief can already refine a Tier 8 medicinal pill?" He was extremely shocked as he stared at Xiao Yan. The Pill Hall elders behind him were a little shaken and full of doubt as they stared at Xiao Yan. He could be considered one of the top alchemists in the northwestern region by being able to refine a Tier 7 high-grade medicinal pill. They had always viewed He as the leader. Although these people had heard about Xiao Yan, their hearts always thought that the current He was the true top alchemist in the Yan Alliance. Tier 8 medicinal pills are differentiated by the number of pill lightning colors. A first start pill should attract a 5-colored pill lightning. Grandmaster He, gather all the alchemists in the Pill Hall tomorrow. I will be publicly refining a pill. Everyone must be present. Anyone who fails to come will be immediately expelled from the Yan Alliance. When I left back then, I had given the Pill Hall an authority and an advantage that no other halls possessed, but the Pill Hall has less than 5 Tier 7 alchemists. This is inefficient. Xiao Yan spoke in a deep voice as he looked at He. He's heart shook when he heard Xiao Yan's voice suddenly becoming stern. He was an intelligent person. After some thoughts, he immediately understood that Xiao Yan was planning to reform the Pill Hall. He was aware of the bad habits that had formed in the Pill Hall during these years, but he had not managed them. Although Kai Lin was powerful, she did not understand Pill Refinement and was unable to gain much prestige in the Pill Hall. However, the current Xiao Yan was different. Xiao Yan's alchemist skills had already exceeded He's even back then. Since He was able to reach the Tier 7 alchemist class, it would not be impossible for him to reach the 8th tier alchemist guru level given his speed. The few Pill Hall elders behind He faced each other and felt anything but reassured. Even Kai Lin had never spoken to He in such a way during these years. However, this alliance chief in front was planning on acting against the most important Pill Hall. Understood, Alliance Chief. In that case, I will return and gather the members of the Pill Hall to await Alliance Chief's arrival tomorrow. He helplessly sighed, but he still gave a reply. After which, he cupped his hands together. Only when Xiao Yan did he led the few elders of the Pill Hall away. He understood that the Pill Hall would definitely turn into an uproar when this news spread. Xiao Yan's eyes slowly narrowed after watching He's group grow distant. Is this suitable? Being too rude will likely cause those haughty alchemists to feel some displeasure in their hearts. Kai Lin spoke in a worried manner. She was extremely familiar with the figures from the Pill Hall. They would occasionally make things difficult for the people who were dispatched to the Pill Hall. From this, it was possible to tell the practices that had taken root within the Pill Hall. Displeasure? They are merely ordinary alchemists. You view them too well. An alchemist at such a tier would barely be able to make a living in the Central Plains. One can just hire another if the alchemist leaves. Xiao Yan spoke in a faint voice. He was building a wormhole between the Falling Star Pavilion and the Yan Alliance. He would be able to swiftly travel between the two places. If it was alchemists, he would just hire them from the Central Plains. Given the current reputation he and Yao Lao enjoyed in the alchemist world of the Central Plains, forget about those low-tier ones. Tier 7 alchemist grandmasters would swarm over. Moreover, their quality would be many times better than these people who did not know what was good for them. Coincidentally, I am planning to help Xiao refine a medicinal pill. I will take out the cauldron and refine a pill in the pill hall tomorrow to act as a deterrent. It is time to manage this pill hall properly. Xiaoyan gently patted little Xiao in his embrace and deeply spoke. The current him did indeed feel quite furious in his heart. It was unexpected that the special authority he given the pill hall back then had become a cancer to the Yan alliance. Kai Lin nodded when she saw Xiaoyan's somewhat gloomy face. She had also been angered by the pill hall many times during these years. However, she had been enduring this anger for the sake of the bigger picture. Now that Xiaoyan was back, it was impossible for him to let this thing slide, especially with his method of doing things. Some elders from the pill hall have yet to appear. Those people are the true thorns. There are 2 Tier 7 alchemists among them who joined later on. They are immensely arrogant. Based on some information I obtained, it seems that they once secretly sold a pill hall medicinal pill to an outside source. However, I have not found any evidence and can do nothing. Kai Lin softly explained. A faint sound was emitted from Xiaoyan's nostrils, and a cold glint flickered in his dark black eyes. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know so we can fix it as soon as possible. Continuing from the previous episode 458. Chapter 1387. Pill Refinement. Being the most important location for the Yan Alliance outside of the Jia Ma Empire, there were naturally a large number of Pill Hall members located in the mysterious Yellow Fortress. Moreover, due to the war, around 80% of the Pill Hall had been relocated within the branch hall in the fortress. Quite a large commotion had occurred when he had relayed the words Xiaoyan had said back to the Pill Hall. Things had been too smooth for the Pill Hall during these years. Adding the importance of the alchemists, their arrogant auras had become even richer. Normally, even Kai Lin did not speak to them this sternly. Although Xiaoyan was the chief of the Yan Alliance, he had been missing for far too long. Some of the alchemists who subsequently joined the Yan Alliance had only heard of his existence from the mouths of others. Hence, their respect for him was naturally far inferior to those from the other halls of the Yan Alliance. The branch hall of the Pill Hall for the mysterious Yellow Fortress was situated to the northwest. There was an enormous region located at that spot. It belonged to the territory of the Pill Hall. This kind of treatment could be considered the best among all the halls of the Yan Alliance. At this moment, a large room within this branch hall had descended into an quarrel. HMPH, our chief of the Yan Alliance, is really imposing. He has only just returned, but he already wishes to intervene in the matters of our Pill Hall. If not for our Pill Hall during these years, would the Yan Alliance have the achievements it does today? A gray-robed elder in the large room coldly snorted with disdain. There was an alchemist badge on his chest. 7 golden ripples appeared on it. This person was also a Tier 7 alchemist. Grandmaster Lu Chong is right. This gray-clothed elder clearly possessed a great reputation within the Pill Hall. Hence, some alchemists immediately voiced their agreement after he spoke. He was seated in the leader's chair in the large room. He was frowning, but he did not say anything. His pill refinement talent was quite great, but his management skills were a little lacking. There was also a white-haired old man seated beside He. He was the chairman of the Alchemist Association back then, Fa Ma. At this moment, he did not join any argument in the large room. He merely shut his eyes and acted like he was not hearing anything. Hall Chief you should speak to the Alliance Chief regarding this matter. The Pill Hall cannot be compared to the other halls. Even the Deputy Alliance Chief has not intervened in the matters of our Pill Hall during these years. In return, we allowed the Pill Hall to become the supporting pillar of the Yan Alliance. We are indeed grateful that the Alliance Chief has turned things around this time, but if he really wishes to intervene in the matters of our Pill Hall, chaos will stir. An old man with a pale face and hair that reached his shoulders was sitting on a chair by the side. He also slowly opened his mouth and spoke. He frowned when he heard these words. He glanced at Fa Ma by the side, but Fa Ma ignored him and kept his eyes shut. At that moment, he could only say, the Alliance Chief is also an alchemist. Moreover, his alchemist skills far surpass mine. He is not some layman. Chief Gu, you cannot put it like this. The Alliance Chief has been away most of the time. The current pill hall is completely different from before. Is the Alliance Chief more aware than us of the various issues we face? That old man called Lu Chang indifferently responded. He smiled when he reached the end before continuing. Moreover, refining a Tier 8 medicinal pill is not something that one can simply speak of. Everyone should be clearly aware of this. The Alliance Chief might indeed be strong, but it does not mean that he will be able to refine a Tier 8 medicinal pill. The few of us are all Tier 7 high-grade alchemists. Naturally, we understand the difficulty of advancing to a Tier 8 alchemist guru. The Alliance Chief is still so young. The chances of him breaking through are likely not high. Whether the Alliance Chief can refine a Tier 8 medicinal pill is not something that you should concern yourself about. In any case, everyone should just arrive on time tomorrow. Please do not do anything wrong. As long as you are not guilty in your heart, the Alliance Chief will not do anything. Alright, all of you should leave. Gu he frowned and immediately replied in a somewhat impatient voice. Lu Chang and the other elder frowned when they heard Gu he speak. However, they could not say anything more. Gu he's prestige was greater than the two of them combined. They immediately cupped their hands, turned around, and led their people away. The large room became empty in an instant when these people left. Gu he waved his hand and dismissed the rest. After which, he turned his head and looked at Fa Ma. He bitterly smiled and said, "Old brother Fa Ma, how do you view this matter? You should be aware of the changes in the atmosphere of the pill hall during these years. You are not very good at managing things. This has resulted in Lu Chang and friend becoming stronger in the pill hall." Fa Ma opened his eyes at this moment. He picked up his teacup and continued in a faint voice, "The old me advises you to not get involved in this. You should be aware of the tactics of the Alliance Chief. He will not be soft when it is time to be vicious. Although the pill hall is important, it cannot pressure the Alliance Chief. It is not out of the realm of possibility to disband it. Additionally, with the Alliance Chief's current strength and eyesight, he might not really think highly of the current pill hall." Gu he's heart turned slightly cold. He was aware that Fa Ma was old and extremely experienced. He had showed signs of retiring ever since Lu Chang's duo became stronger and started to manage things. Normally, he did not bother with anything. However, no one in the pill hall dared to underestimate his ability. After all, the pill hall was mostly formed from members of the Alchemist Association. They still respected Fa Ma. The older generation pill hall members were all on Fa Ma's side. This time around, the pill hall is destined to undergo a drastic change. Given Alliance Chief's character, he will not just sit back and allow such a cancer to develop. Fortunately, even though you are not good at managing, you did not get involved in certain matters. Otherwise, I'm afraid that you would have difficulty escaping responsibility. Fa Ma slowly spoke. Now, let's just wait quietly. These people will be unlucky tomorrow. Gu he could only bitterly smile and nod his head when he heard Fa Ma's words. The pill hall quickly became lively when the first ray of morning sun landed on the mysterious yellow fortress. Many alchemists, who had received the order, woke up early and hurried to the pill refinement grounds of the pill hall. Some of the upper echelons of the pill hall like Gu he and Fa Ma were already waiting there. Gu he frowned when he looked at the 100+ alchemists in the square. He did not see Lu Chang or Wu Zhen among them. Those two old fellows are really reckless. Gu he's expression was a little cold when he didn't find them. Those two old fellows are too used to bossing people around. No one dared to punish them given their Tier 7 alchemist rank. Gu he's heart suddenly shook while he was quietly cursing. He lifted his head, only to see a couple of figures walking through the sky. They appeared in the air above the square in front of numerous gazes. The one leading them was Xiao Yan. "Greetings, Alliance Chief." Gu he's group hurriedly greeted when they saw Xiao Yan appear. The other alchemists quickly followed. Xiao Yan's eyes slowly swept over the area below. He slightly nodded. Compared to back then, the current pill hall was much larger. No wonder these troublesome matters had occurred. Xiao Yan's body flashed, and he appeared on a towering stone stage on the square made for pill refinement. He faintly said, "Today, I will take out my cauldron and refine a Tier 8 medicinal pill. Everyone should observe the process. This will benefit you in the future. The hearts of many people involuntarily shook when they heard these words. Although they had heard the news, they still could not resist being shaken when they heard that Xiao Yan was planning on refining a Tier 8 medicinal pill. Across the entire northwestern part of the continent, those who could refine a medicinal pill of such a tier were extremely rare existences. Xiao Yan sat on the stone stage after his words sounded. He waved his hand and a medicinal cauldron appeared in the sky. He rubbed his palms and many medicinal ingredients that were filled with powerful energies floated around his body. Ha ha, I have arrived a little later and nearly missed the Alliance chief refining pills. A laugh was suddenly emitted while Xiao Yan was preparing to act. Two elder figures led around a dozen plus figures over from outside of the square. A gray-robed elder cupped his hands to Xiao Yan on the stage and laughed. Xiao Yan's eyes glanced at this group, after which, they slowly swept over them. A moment later, he laughed. Since you are here, please take a seat. The corner of Lu Chong and Wu Zhen's eyes twitched when they heard Xiao Yan's calm and emotionless voice. Only then did they sense that this extremely young Alliance chief was not as easy to deal with as they had imagined. The both of them looked at each other and vaguely felt an uneasiness. However, this was quickly suppressed by the two of them. They were genuine Tier 7 alchemists and could be ranked among the top within the northwestern region. Even a faction like the Yan Alliance would feel a great pain should it lose them. Xiao Yan glanced at this group before withdrawing his eyes. He flicked his finger and a purple-brown flame whizzed into the medicinal cauldron. After which, he waved his sleeve. The hundreds of medicinal ingredients around him continuously charged into the medicinal cauldron with some whistling noises. After which, they were refined by the flame within a short instant. This entire refinement process was extremely smooth and did not even pause once. A vast and mighty spiritual strength slowly spread from Xiao Yan after the many medicinal ingredients charged into the flame. All the alchemists who sensed this spiritual pressure revealed grave faces. A rich respect and fear gradually appeared in their eyes. Lu Chong and Wu Zhen had also sensed it. Their bodies involuntarily quivered. A shock that could not be hidden was present in their eyes. This kind of spiritual pressure was something that only a Tier 8 alchemist possessed. In other words, Xiao Yan had truly reached the Tier 8 alchemist level. What a frightening spiritual pressure. Jiyu, he let out a long sigh as he muttered. Fa Ma by the side also smiled as his eyes glanced at the stunned duo. A cold smile appeared on his face. The days when these two old fellows could act arrogant in the pill hall had come to an end. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know so we can fix it as soon as possible. Continuing from the previous episode 459. Chapter 1388. Severely punished. A great heat radiated from the dark red medicinal cauldron, causing the temperature grow hot and the air to become dry. Refining a Tier 8 medicinal pill was extremely complicated. Nearly 100 different types of medicinal ingredients were involved. An ordinary alchemist could forget about the refinement process. They would have their hands full just controlling these medicinal ingredients in the air. Of course, this did not pose the slightest problem for Xiao Yan's mighty ocean-like spiritual strength. Numerous high-grade medicinal ingredients that most alchemists present had never even heard of were thrown into the medicinal cauldron. The flame within the cauldron only needed to randomly sweep over before the pure medicinal strength in the medicinal ingredient was perfectly refined. Finally, the pure energies would remain suspended in the medicinal cauldron. They were packed together while emitting a shockingly pure energy. The first start pill was a medicinal pill that could attract a 5-colored pill lightning. A medicinal pill of this grade did not pose much of a problem for the current Xiao Yan. After years of training, Xiao Yan's spiritual strength was much greater than what it had been at the pill gathering. Hence, this first start pill might be extremely troublesome to refine, but the refinement proceeded smoothly for Xiao Yan. The refinement of medicinal pills, especially a Tier 8 medicinal pill, was a time-consuming task. Even with the aid of a heavenly flame, half a day had passed by the time Xiao Yan had fully refined all the medicinal ingredients. The alchemists in the square were completely immersed by Xiao Yan's smooth pill refinement process. None of them had realized so much time had passed. At the same time, the respect in their eyes was becoming richer. Xiao Yan's techniques were really too mysterious to them. None of the alchemist grandmasters they had met before could reach Xiao Yan's ability. 3 days quietly passed amid this quiet atmosphere. The number of alchemists whom Xiao Yan had attracted increased. Some of the alchemists who were not from the Pill Hall but were temporarily staying in the mysterious Yellow Fortress also hurried over after hearing about the refinement, causing the area around the Pill Hall to fill with people. There were even many people standing in the sky. With the increasing commotion, some experts who were not alchemists also hurried over. Due to the matter of the Profound Lion sect, quite a number of factions and experts had sought refuge with the Yan Alliance. Some of these people had left after the Profound Lion sect was defeated, while many had remained. Currently, all of them had been attracted by the Pill Refinement. As the number of observers continued to increase, Kai Lin had no choice but to dispatch the experts from the Yan Alliance to maintain order and prevent any disturbances from interfering with Xiao Yan's Pill Refinement. Another 3 days passed as a countless number of people observed this process. Bang! On the 8th day after Xiao Yan became immersed in his Pill Refinement, thunder suddenly rumbled across the clear sky. Some of the experts with sharp senses discovered that the energy around them had become violent. While a disturbance had occurred because of these changes, thick dark clouds suddenly began to appear in the sky without warning. Numerous silver snake-like bolts of lightning vaguely shuttled through the clouds. A commotion appeared in the mysterious Yellow Fortress when everyone saw thunder clouds suddenly cover the clear sky. The expressions of many experts drastically changed. They could sense the terrifying energy contained within these thunder clouds. If the energy poured down, it would likely destroy half of the mysterious Yellow Fortress. While the mysterious Yellow Fortress had turned into an uproar, Xiao Yan, who had been seated on the stone stage, slowly opened his eyes. The thunder clouds seemed to have been sparked by something as they churned and became more brilliant. Within a short 2 minutes, the dark black thunder clouds had turned into brilliant 5-colored thunder clouds in front of the many startled eyes. Is this the legendary Pill Lightning? A devotion and excitement surfaced on the faces of all the alchemists present as they studied the 5-colored thundercloud in the sky. This kind of Pill Lightning was something that many alchemists were unable to summon even after spending their entire life attempting to do so. It is really a 5-colored Pill Lightning. Gu He and Fa Ma studied the sky, and Gu He softly sighed. His heart felt somewhat defeated as he stared at the skinny figure. No wonder Yun Yun ultimately loved him. This talent was something that Gu He had to admit that he did not have. Bang! An intense thunder suddenly reverberated while the thunder clouds churned in the sky. The cloud layer suddenly broke apart as a 1,000-foot-long 5-colored Pill Lightning suddenly blasted down toward Xiao Yan below in front of many shocked pairs of eyes. Upon sensing the frightening energy contained within the 5-colored Pill Lightning, even the expressions of Kai Lin's group involuntarily changed. Xiao Yan slowly lifted his head and glanced at the 5-colored Pill Lightning as it tore through the sky and rushed over like an enormous dragon. With a flick of his finger, a dark golden body appeared. The dark golden body ruthlessly collided with the Pill Lightning. Kai! The two collided and that incomparably ferocious Pill Lightning disappeared in an instant, causing many people to reveal stunned faces. Their eyes carefully glanced over, and they discovered an expressionless hollow-eyed puppet. It was Xiao Yan's Sky Demon puppet. Rumble! The thunder clouds in the sky seemed to have been angered after the Sky Demon puppet devoured the Pill Lightning. Numerous 5-colored lightning pillars came pouring down in a crazy fashion. However, none of them broke through the Sky Demon puppet's defense. These uncontrollable thunderbolts continued for nearly 10 minutes before the clouds gradually paled. The frightening thunder clouds slowly disappeared in front of many frightened eyes. A Tier 8 medicinal Pill Lightning is indeed frightening. Such a strength is something that even some elite Dozuns cannot endure. Many people present quietly clicked their tongues after watching the Pill Lightning slowly disappear. A medicinal pill of such a tier really could not be refined by an ordinary person. Xiao Yan beckoned with his hand after seeing the Pill Lightning disappear. He returned the Sky Demon puppet to his storage ring. With a flick of his finger, the cauldron cover was pulled open. A rainbow color explosively shot away with lightning-like speed. It was just about to flee into the distance when Xiao Yan reached out with his hand. An invisible wind firmly restrained the pill before it was eventually sucked to his palm. It was subsequently stuffed into a jade bottle that was then thrown into his storage ring. Alliance Chief is mighty. A deafening cheer immediately resounded when everyone saw Xiao Yan successfully refine the pill. Many alchemists' faces were red as their eyes stared at Xiao Yan with a fiery heat. This was the first time that they had ever seen an alchemist of this tier and a Pill Lightning of this level. Xiao Yan smiled when he heard these overwhelming cheers. He smiled and gently pressed his hands down. His eyes slowly swept over the faces of all the alchemists present. Finally, they paused on Lu Chang and Wu Zhen's faces. At this moment, their expressions were a little unnatural, and they did not dare to meet Xiao Yan's eyes. This pill refinement is only one of the reasons I have come to the pill hall this time around. The entire place became completely silent when everyone heard Xiao Yan's faint voice. Some people began to feel uneasy. They seemed to predict what was going to happen. The pill hall is one department of the Yan Alliance. Its status is no different than the other halls, but some people have begun to gain an arrogance during these years. They ignore the Yan Alliance and act selfishly, resulting in an internal disharmony. This is a great offense. Xiao Yan's expression slowly became cold. His chilling cry echoed next to everyone's ears. I have a list of names here. Everyone on it has a charge against them. Xiao Yan clenched his hand and a scroll appeared in it. He subsequently tossed it to Kai Lin and commanded in a deep voice, "Read." Many people trembled when they heard Xiao Yan's deep voice. A chill appeared in their hearts. Kai Lin received the scroll. Her pretty eyes coldly swept over everyone present. The names recorded on it were those who were the most arrogant. Some had even caused a lot of trouble, but these troubles were eventually swept away. In the past, she had worried about the pill hall, so she could only tolerate these grievances. However, with Xiao Yan's return, such worry had completely disappeared. Pill Hall First Department, Hu Zhou, ignores orders and acts arrogantly. He once delayed the delivery of medicinal pills due to some personal matters, resulting in the deaths of hundreds of Yan Alliance brothers. Pill Hall Second Department, He Yuan Ming, secretly pocketed the medicinal ingredients of the Yan Alliance. Not only did he not plead guilty after being exposed, he even injured the person who had exposed him. Pill Hall First Department. The faces of some of the alchemists within the pill hall suddenly turned pale when they heard the many names that were spoken from Kai Lin's mouth. Pill Hall elders, Lu Chang and Wu Zhen, becoming arrogant because of their contributions, not obeying orders, and withdrawing from battle. They have secretly sold Yan Alliance medicinal pills and pocketed the profits. The square turned into an uproar when Kai Lin's final cold cry sounded. Lu Chang and Wu Zhen's expressions paled. It was unexpected that Xiao Yan would dare to act against them. A country has its laws and an alliance has its own rules. Those that have been mentioned will be dealt with according to the alliance rules. No one will be spared. Xiao Yan spoke in a faint voice. Alliance Chief. Lu Chang and Wu Zhen suddenly stood up and furiously cried out, "The both of us are Tier 7 high-grade alchemists. Both of us have helped develop the pill hall to its current state. Are you planning to get rid of us now that it has become successful? Your merit does not make up for your mistakes. The Yan Alliance is not a loose organization. No one can break its rules." Xiao Yan coldly cried out. There would be no standards without rules. If the pill hall were allowed to continue along this path, internal discord would soon form within the Yan Alliance. Hence, Xiao Yan would not show mercy if he really needed to be ruthless. Bastard! Who cares about this pill hall elder position? This elderly self will quit. Lu Chang and Wu Zhen's faces alternated between green and white. A moment later, they coldly laughed. With a wave of their sleeves, they cried out loud, "Will anyone leave with the two of us?" Upon hearing this cry, the alchemists in the square glanced at each other. Finally, some of their close confidants and some of the names that had been read, who knew that they would be down on their luck if they stayed, hurriedly walked forward and followed Lu Chang's group. Lu Chang and Wu Zhen involuntarily smiled in a pleased manner when they saw these people. They looked at Xiao Yan and said, "Alliance Chief, if this place does not allow us to stay, there will be another that will. Goodbye." A smile suddenly appeared on Xiao Yan's face as he stared at the duo, who had coldly smiled and turned around. He slowly asked, "Kai Lin, what kind of punishment awaits those who privately betray the alliance and leave?" An icy cold arc lifted on the corner of Kai Lin's lips when she heard this. She replied in a faint voice, "Death without mercy." Lu Chang's group, who had just turned around and left, suddenly stilled when they heard Kai Lin's words. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know so we can fix it as soon as possible. Continuing from the previous episode 460. Chapter 1389. Resolve. Lu Chang's group's footsteps immediately stilled when they heard Kai Lin's icy cold voice. A moment later, Lu Chong and Wu Zhen suddenly turned their heads. They furiously demanded, "Why? Does the Yan Alliance intend to kill all of us in front of so many people?" Xiao Yan placed his hands behind his back. His eyes indifferently studied Lu Chang's group. Many of them were displaying their panic. A faint voice resounded beside everyone's ears. The Yan Alliance has its own rules. This is not some loose organization. It is alright if someone wishes to withdraw from the Yan Alliance. However, if one wishes to withdraw as an excuse to escape punishment after committing a crime, would one not be treating the Yan Alliance like child's play? During these years, the two of you have been overly arrogant, causing trouble for my pill hall and resulting in the disunity of the Yan Alliance. This is a great crime. If it can be resolved by just quitting, would it not mean that anyone who broke the rules of my Yan Alliance could just leave peacefully by quitting the Yan Alliance? In that case, is it even necessary for my Yan Alliance to exist? Xiao Yan's expression was ice cold. The murderous desire in his heart became even denser. These two were like termites. If they were allowed to safely leave, all of Yan Alliance's rules would become a joke. Once this precedent was set, how would he be able to control the masses? Those alchemists from the pill hall lowered their heads when they heard Xiao Yan's cold and stern cry. They had indeed become arrogant during these years because of their unique status within the Yan Alliance. Perspiration rained down from them while Xiao Yan reprimanded them in a cold fashion. Lu Chong and Wu Zhen's faces twitched. Their hearts panicked a little when they sensed the icy cold looks that the surrounding members of the Yan Alliance were giving them. The development of this situation had exceeded their expectations. Originally, with their Tier 7 high-grade alchemist status, they would be treated like VIPs no matter where they went. It was unexpected that Xiao Yan would actually be this rude. "What do you plan on doing?" Lu Chong grit his teeth and asked. "It is not what I plan to do. I will perform as the Alliance rules state," Xiao Yan faintly replied. The expressions of Lu Chong and Wu Zhen drastically changed when they heard this. According to the rules of the Yan Alliance, their offenses would require them to die a couple of times to make up for their crimes. "Capture them." Kai Lin's face was cold as she gave an order. "Understood." The surrounding experts of the Yan Alliance, who were awaiting orders, immediately rushed toward Lu Cheng's group upon hearing Kai Lin's cry. "Bastard! Do you think that the two of us are afraid of you?" Lu Chong and Wu Zhen really began to panic when they saw the experts move. A furious cry sounded as Dou Qi surged from their bodies. They forcefully pushed aside the few Yan Alliance experts who had arrived beside them. Their bodies moved, and they turned into light figures that tried to flee into the distance. "Trying to flee?" Xiao Yan lifted his eyebrows. His mouth revealed a cold smile as his palm grabbed toward the two. The surrounding space instantly stilled and the two figures were trapped within. Xiao Yan randomly threw these two captured individuals back, and they violently smashed into the ground. Grug. A powerful strength caused the duo to spit out a mouthful of fresh blood. Their expressions were ghastly. Before they could cry out, numerous long spears with cold glints paused near their heads. "Alliance Chief, sir, please let the both of us off. We will definitely do our best for the Yan Alliance in the future." The Dou Qi within their bodies had forcefully been scattered by Xiao Yan's palm earlier. Only at this moment did Lu Chong and Wu Zhen become terrified. They hurriedly cried out together. "The rules of the Yan Alliance will not be changed because of anyone or any events." Xiao Yan glanced indifferently at these two individuals. He waved his sleeve and a group of Yan Alliance experts captured the two of them like wolves and tigers. They were dragged into the deepest part of the pill hall. Those traitors who had planned to follow the two of them were all captured and dragged away. In an instant, desolate screeches reverberated over the square. Those miserable cries gradually became distant and the square became quiet. Those alchemists present were covered in a cold sweat. None of them dared to utter a word. He's heart trembled when he heard Xiao Yan's sudden voice. He immediately and respectfully responded. "Being the chief of the pill hall, you have a responsibility that you cannot shirk for allowing the pill hall to turn into this state. From today on, you will be demoted from the hall chief to a deputy hall chief. Grandmaster Fa Ma will be promoted from the position of elder to the new pill hall's chief." He and Fa Ma quickly acknowledged the changes when they heard Xiao Yan's faint voice. The current Xiao Yan was no longer the Xiao Yan from back then. The current Xiao Yan possessed an absolute strength to deal with anyone. Since there are punishments, there will naturally be rewards. The Yan Alliance has developed greatly during these years. This is an ancient method to train one's soul. It will be able to help an alchemist break through to the 8th tier. All the alchemists of the Pill Hall who have reached the 7th tier will be able to obtain it after making a certain amount of contributions. Those of a lower tier will be able to obtain a portion of it to train their spirits after making a certain amount of contributions to the Yan Alliance. It will enable all of you to increase the rate at which your alchemist tier improves. I hope that everyone will practice hard. Xiao Yan flicked his finger after his words sounded. A scroll flew toward the stunned Fa Ma and Gu He. This, an ancient method to train one's soul? There were many alchemists present. Moreover, there were some alchemists who did not belong to the Yan Alliance. However, all of their faces revealed a disbelief when they heard Xiao Yan's words. They were clearly aware of just how important one's spiritual strength was to an alchemist, but none of them had ever heard that it was possible to train one's spirit. At the same time, they were aware that Xiao Yan would not make a false claim in public given his status, so all of their eyes became fiery hot. It is unexpected that there is such a benefit for joining the Pill Hall. It seems that I must find an opportunity to join it. Those alchemists present stared at Gu He and Fa Ma with envious eyes as this thought appeared in their hearts. The Yan Alliance might have extremely strict rules, but they could be endured if they were able to strengthen themselves. Moreover, Lu Cheng's group from earlier had completely brought it on themselves. With those crimes, any other factions or sects would have long since executed them. They would not even be given the time to argue. Fa Ma and Gu He's trembling hands held the scroll in front of many fiery hot eyes. They had heard that it was indeed possible to train one's spirit, but that method had long been lost. It was unexpected that Xiao Yan actually possessed such a method. Moreover, he was willing to give it to the both of them. The hearts of those two were incredibly excited, but they did not know that this was only a portion of the method, yet this portion benefited their current states. If they performed extensive contributions in the future, Xiao Yan would naturally give the rest of the method to them. Kai Lin quietly sighed in relief when she saw the square suddenly become unusually excited. She was worried that harshly punishing Lu Cheng's group would result in people being afraid of the Yan Alliance. It was unexpected that Xiao Yan understood the theory of the carrot and the stick. By acting ruthless and subsequently relaxing, he had managed to subdue all of these prideful fellows. Even someone like Gu He was displaying a face that showed his heartfelt gratitude. This person has matured even more compared to back then. Kai Lin turned her head, glanced at the side of Xiao Yan's face, and softly muttered in her heart. Kai Lin clearly understood in her heart that the Pill Hall would definitely change for the better after this incident today. With this deterrence, such incidents would probably not happen again in the future. Without the Pill Hall as an evolving cancer, the Yan Alliance would continue to develop and would truly dominate the northwestern region of the continent. Xiao Yan rested for 2 days in the mysterious Yellow Fortress after resolving the issues regarding the Pill Hall. He was a little tired after refining a Tier 8 medicinal pill. Is this first start pill really suitable for Xiao Xiao? Within a room where a hidden fragrance lingered, Kai Lin watched Xiao Yan take out the Tier 8 medicinal pill he had refined a couple of days earlier. She asked him a question in a worried manner. The medicinal strength of a Tier 8 medicinal pill was quite high. Xiao Xiao's constitution might already be very strong, but Kai Lin was still a little worried. Relax, the first start pill might be considered a Tier 8 medicinal pill, but its medicinal effects are extremely gentle. It is most suitable for the current Xiao Xiao. The medicinal strength within it will continue to remain inside Xiao Xiao's body and will improve her constitution as she grows, causing her to become perfect. Xiao Yan smiled and replied. One might not become perfect after consuming the first start pill by itself, but Xiao Xiao already possessed an extremely good foundation, so all he would be doing was stabilizing this foundation. Kai Lin could only nod her head when she heard Xiao Yan's response. She simply watched as Xiao Yan gently placed the medicinal pill into the little mouth of the curious Xiao Xiao, whose dark black eyes were wandering around the room. The medicinal pill turned into a cluster of gentle light that seeped into Xiao Xiao's body after she consumed it. After which, it slowly stopped in her lower abdomen. Light was slowly emitted as Xiao Xiao sneezed. Both of her eyes were shut since she had become somewhat tired. This is the initial scattering of the medicinal strength. All we need to do is wait for her to wake. Xiao Yan smiled as he explained. Kai Lin gently nodded after hearing this explanation. She bowed her delicate body and gently rubbed her hand over Xiao Xiao's body. Her bewitching face revealed a charm that was filled with a motherly love. Xiao Yan was a little absent-minded as he watched her. He softly said, "Big brother has asked us to hold a simple Xiao clan wedding to marry you into the Xiao clan. What do you say?" Kai Lin's body trembled when she heard Xiao Yan's words. Xiao Yan slowly walked forward when he saw Kai Lin's somewhat stiff yet lovely body. Her normally cold expression was being replaced by an extremely rare bright red color. At a glance, she appeared even more bewitching. Xiao Yan's heart became slightly heated when he saw her enchanting reaction. His arm hugged that narrow and seemingly boneless waist. A slight smile appeared as he gently kissed Kai Lin with her slightly emotional eyes. Lust quietly filled the warm room. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know so we can fix it as soon as possible. Continuing from the previous episode 461. Chapter 1390. Before departure. After resolving the war with the profound lion sect and the trouble within the pill hall, Xiao Yan relaxed during the period of time that followed. The Yan alliance might be huge, but it had done well under the management of Kai Lin, Xiao Ding, and the others. They would naturally arrange everything after the big battle. There was no need for Xiao Yan to intervene. Thus, Xiao Yan was happy to have some time for leisure. He left little Xiao Xiao alone and properly enjoyed the feeling of being a father. During this period of time, Xiao Yan also used some of his free time to open the wormhole scroll that Yao Lao had given him. The mysterious Yellow Fortress was not far from the Jia Ma Empire, and this place was an extremely important location. Hence, the wormhole that led to the Falling Star Pavilion was connected to the mysterious Yellow Fortress. Regardless of which side faced trouble in the future, one party would be able to reinforce the other with great speed. The establishment of the wormhole would undoubtedly allow the Yan Alliance's hidden strength to soar. With the Falling Star Pavilion supporting it, a second faction would not be able to compete with the Yan Alliance in this northwestern region. Dominating the northwestern part of the continent was only a matter of time. During this period of time, Xiao Yan also obtained some of the information regarding the development of the Yan Alliance. The thing that caused Xiao Yan to be surprised was that Xiao's Gate, the faction his second brother, Xiao Li, had established in the Black Corner region, had also joined the Yan Alliance a couple of years ago. It was also a location that the Yan Alliance could expand to in the future. With the support of the Yan Alliance and Pan's Gate, which Xiao Yan had founded in the Inner Academy, the development of Xiao's Gate was also quite impressive. It had vaguely become a great existence within the Black Corner region. Once the time was ripe in the future, the many factions that were owned by Xiao Yan, like the Yan Alliance, Xiao's Gate, and the Falling Star Pavilion, would completely merge. It would become a powerful faction that spread over 3 large regions of the Do-Chi continent. Its potential was indeed limitless. The 3 Xiao brothers had gathered within a quiet courtyard deep within the Yan Alliance. Kai Lin was playing with Xiao Xiao a short distance away. The crisp laughter of the little girl unceasingly appeared within the courtyard, filling it with liveliness. It had been many years since Xiao Yan had enjoyed such a peaceful time. Xiao Yan involuntarily smiled when he saw the enchanting expression that surfaced on Kai Lin's cold face while she played with Xiao Xiao. As long as she was in front of Xiao Xiao, the deputy chief of the Yan Alliance, who appeared icy cold in the eyes of others, seemed to undergo a transformation into a great beauty filled with a mother's love. Her warmth caused the heart of anyone looking at her to quiver. During this period of time, Xiao Yan and Kai Lin had also held a simple Xiao clan wedding conducted by Xiao Li and Xiao Ding. This wedding was not grand since only Xiao Ding and Xiao Li attended it. No great fanfare was held either, but it was said that an elder brother was like one's father. It could be considered a serious ceremony with Xiao Ding and Xiao Li present. Regardless of what the case was, the things that Kai Lin had done for the Xiao clan and the Yan Alliance were enough to make Xiao Yan feel guilty. He needed to give her this status. Xiao Ding and Xiao Li heard of Xiao Yan's the various experiences over these years as they sat within the courtyard. They were involuntarily shaken by the many narrow misses. Their lives during these years had not been relaxing because of the Yan Alliance, but Xiao Yan had frequently charged through danger, and things had been quite difficult for him during these years. The both of them softly sighed when they thought about this. They studied the side of the mature and firm face of the young man in front of them. The burdens of the entire Xiao clan weighed down on him. Anyone else would already have collapsed from the pressure, but Xiao Yan had done his best to become stronger for the Xiao clan and to rescue their father. Third brother, it has been tough on you these years. Xiao Yan was startled when he heard his big brother Xiao Ding's abrupt words. He softly replied, "What is this little hardship if it will allow our family to reunite? Big brother and second brother are even willing to sacrifice their lives for me. I would be too inhumane if I did not work hard to improve." The three brothers exchanged glances after hearing Xiao Yan's words. They smiled with a common understanding. There was no need to say anything else to someone with a blood relation, which was closer than anything. Kai Lin, some distance away, revealed a faint grin on her face when she saw the three smiling brothers. This feeling of having a family caused her heart to feel extremely comfortable. The effort she had put in these years was worthwhile. It is unexpected that our Xiao clan possesses such a history. Surprise surfaced on Xiao Ding and Xiao Li's faces when they heard Xiao Yan describe the matters related to the Xiao clan in detail within the courtyard. They had not expected their Xiao clan, who only had a small reputation in Wutan City, to actually be from that Xiao clan. The Xiao clan from the 8 ancient clans renowned throughout the Do Chi continent. However, our Xiao clan's bloodline strength has been exhausted. The final amount of it has been passed to me by ancestor Xiao Zan. Xiao Yan softly sighed. His body shrank in the spacious chair as he said, "The reason that the Xiao clan has attracted the probing of a large faction like the Hall of Souls is precisely because this Xiao family was once that Xiao clan. However, you said that the bloodline strength of the Xiao clan has been exhausted. Why would the Hall of Souls attack us? Based on the information that I have obtained, it seems that the Hall of Souls plans to capture everyone with the blood of our Xiao clan?" Xiao Ding knit his brows and voiced his thoughts. Xiao Yan's finger gently tapped on the armrest of the chair. There was some doubt between his brows. Just what were those people from the Hall of Souls planning to do? The bodies of the current members of the Xiao clan no longer possessed even the least bit of bloodline strength. What was the point of capturing them? Could it be that they were planning to use these people as hostage to get him to hand over the 2 Shi ancient god Jade? However, just his father as hostage was enough. Capturing the others was unnecessary. I wonder what those people from the Hall of Souls are up to. Xiao Yan shook his head, but his heart became a little more cautious. The Hall of Souls usually did not do anything that was meaningless. Since they were interested in the Xiao clan, they definitely had a motive. Relax, the current Xiao clan is gradually developing. Its members have been scattered by us in the Yan Alliance. It is impossible for the Hall of Souls to capture all of them. Once our faction becomes strong in the future, we will gather all the scattered clan members again. Xiao Ding faintly smiled and explained when he saw Xiao Yan frowning. Xiao Yan gently nodded. Big brother really had a way of doing things. After having experienced those matters from back then, he would naturally not let them easily occur again. Second brother, this is a secret technique scroll. You can practice it as it instructs. You can also pass it to some outstanding clan members. Xiao Yan mused for a moment before taking out the Skyfire 3 mysterious change and handing it to Xiao Li. The Skyfire 3 mysterious change had been created by ancestor Xiao Zan. It used a special method to allow the clan members to practice and create a clan tattoo. Although his clan members no longer possessed any bloodline strength and were unable to unleash the full strength of the clan tattoo, it was still able to significantly increase one's strength. The flames that were required to practice the Skyfire 3 mysterious change did not necessarily need to be heavenly flames. They only needed to find some beast flames that were a little inferior. Xiao Li accepted the scroll that Xiao Yan handed him. He was aware that Xiao Yan did not possess any subpar things. Since Xiao Yan had said that it was useful, Xiao Li would naturally not doubt him. The situation of the Yan Alliance has been settled. I will not intervene in the remaining matters. Therefore, I will be hurrying back to the Central Plains in 2 days. Xiao Yan voiced his thoughts after seeing Xiao Li accept the scroll. So soon? Xiao Ding and Xiao Li spoke somewhat unwillingly when they heard his words. Ha ha, the wormhole between the Yan Alliance and the Falling Star Pavilion has been built. One will not need to take too much time to travel between those 2 places. The both of you can head over and take a look if you have the time. I will inform the Falling Star Pavilion. Xiao Yan smiled as he spoke to them. After counting the days, the so-called spatial trade fair was about to begin. He needed to hurry back as soon as possible. The purifying demonic lotus flame was far too important to him. If he were able to obtain it, he might be able to break through the Do Zun class. Only when one truly reached the Do Sheng class would one have the qualification to fight with a faction like the Hall of Souls. Otherwise, Xiao Yan would not dare to head over and rescue his father. You are leaving the day after tomorrow? Kai Lin had also heard these words. She pulled Xiao Xiao over and asked, This time around, you should also return with me to the Falling Star Pavilion to meet teacher. Xiao Yan softly laughed. He regarded Yao Lao like a father. Now that Kai Lin was his wife, she would naturally have to meet him. That old mister from back then? Kai Lin rolled her eyes as she inquired. If she had not been afraid of Xiao Yan's teacher, she, as the queen of the Snake People tribe, would have killed Xiao Yan many times over. Xiao Yan nodded. He squatted down, patted Xiao Xiao's head, and softly said, Additionally, we will bring Xiao Xiao to the Falling Star Pavilion. It is the safest place I know of. Moreover, teacher can instruct her. The current her can already begin training. An unwillingness flashed across Kai Lin's eyes when she heard Xiao Yan's words, but she still nodded in agreement. She was aware that Xiao Yan was doing this for Xiao Xiao's sake. Xiao Yan slightly smiled after issuing his instructions. He lifted his head and looked in the direction of the wormhole. Purifying demonic lotus flame, it had been over a decade. I am finally getting closer to you. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know so we can fix it as soon as possible.